Hi guys, if you're watching this video, that means that you chose the meerkat as your animal. Before we start looking at the information about the meerkat, we're going to set up our research page. Right here at the top, you're going to write your name, I'm going to write mine, you write yours. Okay, now mine says Miss Cortez's research, yours is going to have your name. As we read about the meerkat, you want to keep in mind what kind of species is the meerkat, so what kind of animal, what's its habitat, diet, body covering, and is it a predator or prey? Let's get started. So here are some pictures of the meerkats. Oh, look at their little faces. Meerkats. They work very well together. They live in family groups with up to 40 meerkats in their family. Everybody in the meerkat family participates in gathering food, keeping a lookout for predators, and taking care of the babies. So they work really well as a family. Their common name is the meerkat. They're a mammal. That's their species. They're omnivores. So that means they eat both meat and plants. Their head and body are about 9.75 to 11.75 inches. That's like almost the size of a ruler. And they weigh up to 2.2 pounds. Meerkats live in the desert and grasslands. Ooh, we should know this for our research. What's their habitat? Where do they live? The desert and grasslands of Africa. They're extremely cute with bushy brown striped fur, a small pointed face, and large eyes surrounded by dark patches. They're extremely social animals, so that means that they like to be around other animals, like friends. They dig burrows with their long, sharp claws. That kind of reminds me of another animal that we were researching. Living underground Living underground keeps them safe from predators and out of the heat. All right, so here's Africa, and they tend to live down here. Meerkats only go outside during the daytime. Each morning as the sun comes up, the mob emerges and begins looking for food. So kind of like us, they go out during the day and then they go back in their burrow at night. They use their sense of smell to locate their favorite foods like beetles, caterpillars, spiders, and scorpions. They also eat small reptiles, birds, eggs, fruit, and plants. So that's why they're omnivores, because they eat some things like eggs, birds, small reptiles, but they also eat plants. At the burrow, they leave behind some babysitters to watch over the newborn pups. And then they rotate the duty. So while one person goes to look for food, another meerkat, not person, takes care of the pups. The babysitter's main job is to protect the pups from meerkats and rival mobs who kill the babies if they can. So meerkats kill other meerkats. While the rest of the mob looks for food, one or more meerkats called a sentry will find a high point, like a termite mound, and perch on their back legs, scanning the sky and desert for predators like eagles, hawks, and jackals. A sentry who senses danger will let out a high-pitched squeal, sending the mob scrambling for cover. So some meerkats go hunting, some stay to babysit the babies, and some go out to keep watch for predators. Meerkats dig safe spaces called bolt holes through their foraging area where they can hide in an emergency. If caught in the open by a predator, a meerkat will try to look fierce, lying on its back and showing its teeth and claws. If a group is confronted, the meerkats will stand together, arching their backs, raising their hair, and hissing. This sometimes fools an attacker into thinking they are a single large vicious animal. Meerkats are abundant through their range and are not considered threatened or endangered, but they live a very difficult life in the African desert. They're constantly threatened by hungry predators and other meerkats.
What's the most interesting fact about meerkats? Probably not their interest in sunsets, like this one in the Kalahari Desert in southern Africa. Lots of animals, even humans, would love a sunset like this. It might be the markings under their eyes. Did you know those dark markings act like sunglasses, allowing the meerkats to see in the harsh desert light? Here's another interesting fact. Since meerkats are perfect snack size for predators like eagles and jackals, one meerkat and sometimes more always stand guard for the mob. A mob of meerkats, that's actually the name used by naturalists, is a meerkat social group from 5 to 30 members. Here the mob gathers to observe the deadly puff adder. By the way, meerkats are fiercely territorial and will fight to defend their turf from snakes or other meerkat mobs. Speaking of territorial, once they've staked out a territory, they use their 4-digit claws to dig burrows and tunnels where they'll sleep after a hard day of hunting. Meerkats grow to a length of 12 inches, weigh about 2 pounds, and are members of the mongoose family. They like to wrestle. This habit begins at an early age. Interesting, but the most interesting fact about meerkats is what they love to eat. These cute little critters love to eat scorpions. They're immune to the venom. First, the meerkat bites off the stinger. Good move. And then it's time to tie on the feed bag. If scorpions aren't available, meerkats will also dine on anything they can overpower. Beetles, spiders, even lizards and small rodents. But for a meerkat, nothing beats the crunchy goodness of a freshly killed scorpion. And who can argue? Although, well, a little ketchup might help.
All right. So just in that, we found out so much information about the meerkat. So we're going to go to our notes. So the type of species. A meerkat is a type of mammal. So you know how we have like fishes, we have birds, we have mammals. A meerkat is a mammal. We saw in the reading that their habitat, they live in deserts or grassland. Now I know I'm writing really fast. That's because I'm recording. So if I'm going too fast and you still need to copy the writing, then you pause the video, okay? So they live in the desert and grassland. Their diet is omnivore. They eat both plants and meat. We saw in the video. What did they just show us? What did they like to eat? They eat scorpions. They eat plants. They eat eggs. And a bunch of other things, right? They eat little things that they can eat, that they can catch or hunt. Their body covering is fur or hair. They don't have feathers, they don't have moist skin, and they don't have scales. And they are predators because they hunt for animals, but they're also prey because other animals hunt them too. All right. Go ahead and get that information and you are done with part 1, the first video. So now you're going to go to the second video so we can learn more about the meerkat.